Hello, and welcome back to the Glacial Knits podcast. I am Sari, also known as the girl who cracked it.
I am Jonas, also known as Shopboy Jonas.
According to our notes, this is episode 8, but I'm not actually sure I ever posted episode 7, so we'll figure that out.
Episode 8-ish?
8-ish, yeah. So, we're back. Hi.
Hi.
We've been away for, like a year. It's fine. Basically, I needed to sort out some things with my schedule and fitting the podcast in terms of not necessarily recording it, but editing it and posting it was not really compatible with my schedule. But I've shifted some things, and we're going to give it another try, because we met some lovely people at some of the events we've been doing, and they indicated that they had watched our podcast and that they missed us, and so we thought we would give this another try. We'll see how it goes this time. I'll try to be better about making the time to fit it in. So, welcome back. Thank you to our lovely listeners for coming to see us at events. That's cool. I didn't know we had like a real live in-person fan base. That was pretty exciting.
It was. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, so hi and welcome. Thank you for coming back. If you're just finding us for the first time, welcome as well. We'll try to stick around longer this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll even do more than one a month.
We'll see. Don't get ambitious.
Okay.
You don't have to put in all the time.
That's
you
true.
just sit here and talk, and then it goes into the ether. So.
I find links on the internet and put them in a Word document.
It's true. So, okay. We will start, I guess, with a knitting update.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Oh, you put me first in the notes, didn't you?
Well, it's okay. I can redo the columns.
You can undo them?
Yeah,
okay.
I can undo them. So I finished two things recently. The first are these fingerless mitts. These are the first thing with a cable that I have ever done. I'll put it on so you can. The cable shows a lot better when it's stretched out on my big fat hands. So this is the first thing that I've ever done with a cable. This pattern is called Dashing. It is by, I wrote it down, Cheryl Niemath. It was free on her website. The yarn is Gentleman of Leisure. It's on a Donegal tweed base from the Outlander yarn swap that we did last year for season 3 of Outlander. The comfy mitts. It's a good green.
It's an Aran weight, right? We determined.
Yes, we've determined that this is an Aran weight.
I love that it's my yarn, and I'm like, what weight is that? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it didn't exactly scream. Yeah.
It's over there.
Okay.
I made yarn labels, and the package is over there. So if anybody's gonna know, it's me.
And then I continued the theme.
Also Aran weight.
Also a cable for the headband. This is out of the Lord John Gray yarn from the Outlander yarn swap. This is a merino cashmere Aran weight.
Indeed.
It's very nice and soft. It's very nice and fluffy. I would model this, but it is still really damp because I just finished it last night, and it is humid. Very much so.
Since you know.
Yeah, in
summer.
humid.
It gets humid here in summer. I know those of you in the South are like, you don't even know, but...
Yeah. I don't know. In
our
the
house, it's 62% humidity in our house
right now.
So that's inside.
That's low. At least it's in the
it's
70s.
Pretty
it's
low,
been
yeah.
in the 70s.
That's actually pretty low for this house.
Anyway, so this one was kind of fun because you do the cable headband as a separate piece, and then you join... Is this a moss stitch? Basket stitch?
It's not moss stitch. I never remember which is which. It's it's moss stitch because it's 2 by 2, right?
Yeah, so it's knit 1, purl 1 for 2 rows, for 2 rounds, and then it's purl 1, knit 1 for 2 rounds.
So yeah, that's most.
Okay. So
I think we might be wrong. Let us know if we're wrong.
anyways, the textured top is you join it onto the headband. So you could just make a headband. You can make this as tall as you want. I just followed the pattern. And this is called Caligo, and it's by Marie Petra. This is another one of our yarns. I'm going to put this down because it is very damp.
It is very damp. I'm on my phone because Jonas did the show notes, and I did not tell him what any of these patterns were, so nothing is written down, so I have to look them up.
Yep. And then I am just starting to swatch for the Jared Flood cobblestone pullover.
I forgot what sweater you were. I was like,
Yeah.
what sweater are you knitting even?
Cobblestone.
I don't know.
It's great. I'm glad I didn't start it, when we bought it, because it's gone through 2 pattern revisions.
Oh, fabulous.
So this is version 3 of the cobblestone pullover pattern from Jared Flood. This is out of Malabrigo worsted in the Pearl 10 colorway. I suppose I could show you the actual ball. It's brownish purplish black.
Yeah, it's like a super dark purple with kind of brown undertones.
Yeah. And this I've had for a while. We've been married 8 years, and this would have been the sixth and a half.
Six and a half, yeah.
Yeah, so we bought for our half anniversary. We love us. So,
do love us.
why celebrate once a year when you can celebrate twice? We decided to, since it was wool and iron, and we kind of squinted real hard, that iron could be the knitting needles.
I don't think it was wool and iron. Wasn't it wool and paper? No, paper's woolen.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Copper?
Wool and, it was wool and some kind of metal.
Yeah. But we squinted real hard, and we decided that meant we needed to buy sweater quantities of yarn and a pattern for each other. So, for our half anniversary, we went to the yarnery over in St. Paul, and we picked out sweater quantities of yarn to go with patterns for each other, and I figure if I could get over my fear of cables, I could get over my fear of things that need to fit and have sleeves. So we're trying the first sweater type garment.
The trials and tribulations of garment knitting.
Yeah.
It took me a long time before I needed something that fit.
I think I finally recovered from my trauma over the vest that I need to take apart and redo, because the first time I washed it, it ripped a big hole in it. Again,
though, it's fortuitous because I have now successfully steeked a thing. So.
Yes. Yeah, that pattern does require a steek, and the first time I was too much of a chicken.
And so was I, because I hadn't steeked anything, but I did while we were away. I made an Oranje cardigan, and during the Olympics, and a little bit after. And it was color work so I had to steek the cardigan opening, and I successfully did it with minimal, terrifying dropping of stitches. It unraveled in one spot, but I fixed it, and it seems fine. So
that's what's important.
Yeah, so I feel like I'll be able to help you steek the sleeve openings this time, and then we won't have to remath the whole pattern.
Okay, that'd be nice. I can just knit a tube.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it may actually fit this time.
Oh, that's good. I mean, the other problem with that is, after I made it, I lost 20 pounds.
Well, that's true, but also you were relying on my math, which is a thing no one should ever do.
Okay. Unless it's in Excel.
Yeah.
You are an Excel wizard.
I am an Excel wizard. Because I can't do math myself.
Yeah. So anyways, that's about it for me for knitting.
Okay. Cool. Well, obviously we've both finished a lot more than this since we started, since last year, but we thought we'd just give you the quick basics of what's been going on lately. So, I'm trying to get to the end of this needle. Right. I have to turn a heel really soon, so I might have to stop knitting. So I'm doing a bunch of socks is what you're going to see. I actually knit 2 sweaters, 2 cardigans, and at least 1 shawl. Probably more than 1 shawl. Since we've been gone, but, that's fine. They were pretty great. You can see them on my Ravelry project page, for sure. Not everything has pictures. I've been really bad about updating Ravelry, etc. first things first. What is this? Oh, that's from my sweater. Okay. Which I don't have to show you. I actually knit 3 sweaters. I forgot about that sweater. I literally just finished it and I forgot about it.
Is it still drying?
No.
Okay.
Just put it away.
Okay.
So if you have been a previous listener, you know that we are big football fans. By football, I mean not American football. I mean soccer, I guess, since you Americans call it that. And I like to knit while I am watching because it helps me focus on something other than screaming at the television. Not that I don't still scream at the television. I had tried my hand at dyeing some self-striping yarn. It's a process. I'm not sure I'm going to ever do it in any sort of mass quantity because it's a lot of work the way I have to do it. But I dyed this it's actually inspired by one of my English Premier League clubs, Manchester United, but it happens to also be the same colors as the Belgium flag and the Germany flag. But I am putting my whole self in on Belgium since my own national team is not in this thing. And so I thought, well, there's Manchester United players on the Belgium team, and it's the color of the Belgium flag, so I would give a go at knitting this and see what it looks like. So this is one sock. I have one sock done. I finished it at the slightly past halfway point of the competition, so I may not get the other one done in time. We'll see. I also wasn't knitting. I spent a lot of time during the group stage working while it was on in the background, so I wasn't necessarily knitting while watching, so we'll see. It may go faster. But, it's an OMG heel sock, basically vanilla sock, with probably not enough ribbing at the top. We'll find out. They're very tall. That's why I like my socks. I don't like having extra yarn because I never know what to do with it. And 2, I do actually really like tall socks. So, and the other one is this far, as of yesterday's matches. So, we've got a bit of leg left. I think 3 more of this much repeats to make it as long as the other. So, we're here. Getting there.
Yeah.
We have 4-ish more matches left.
Yes. There are 4.
There are 4. I
think you're busy for one.
I'm busy during one of them, but I may watch it later on DVR, depending on who is involved.
That's true.
So I was looking for the other self-striping socks that I knit, and I cannot find them. But they are inspired by my other favorite EPL, English Premier League club, Tottenham Hotspur. So this is called "To Dare is to Do," just one of the club mottos, basically, and I really love it because that's sort of become my adopted motto in life. So this is... I shouldn't have put that away.
All right.
So stripes are... So each... Instead of having these narrow stripes like this one does, each color repeat is about as long as one of the big ones, so the red or the black. But it's navy blue, and then white, and then a navy speckle, and then white. And when I find those socks, which I need to redo the bind off, so I don't know where to put them, I'll find them. I will show them to you so that you can see this. So I have a few of these dyed up, so they may make an appearance either online or at an event. I don't have them done in mass quantity, like I said, because it takes forever to wind them.
It does, and it takes forever to unwind them.
It takes forever to unwind them and rewind them. Self-striping yarn is a process, you guys. Respect for all the dyers out there who only do self-striping yarn. Respect. So that's the highlights of what's going on. I'll tell you, this is wet because nothing in this house dries in the summer. I have a sweater upcoming, and what sweater that is, I do not know, because it's not on my Ravelry projects yet, because I haven't knitted it. But upcoming, I just dyed this. This is Knitpic's Preciosa, which is a merino silk single. May have nylon in it? Don't know. So it's a fingering weight single ply, and it's comes from Knitpic's in these sort of gem tones. The silk makes it really shiny. And Jonas had bought it for me, but he just bought me the plain white one, not the bear. I don't know that they make this in bear yarn, but they make it in a color called diamond, which is sort of like a lightish gray white, and then I dyed it with some silvery gray, and then I did a speckle of purple magenta over the top, so it's sort of speckly.
Yeah.
Like that.
I always like it when I can just buy you the base.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not fabric.
Yarn?
Fiber.
Fiber?
There we go.
Yeah,
Base fiber, and then whether it's spun up or whatever, and then you can just do whatever you want for your personal use.
I don't spin, so
That's true.
if you bought me undyed, unspun fiber, I'd just look at you like, what am I supposed to do with this?
That would be my indication that it's okay for you to take on yet another hobby.
It
and just
would.
Start spending.
It would.
Or spinning. I mean, you would also start,
I also would start spending. Let's be real. So that's the highlights of what's going on. I have that, and then currently working on this sock. It's really awkward to show stuff that's still connected. Come on, yarn. Come on, yarn. So this is the London Skies socks. They're supposed to be like this much cuff, but I cannot abide with extra yarn. So I'm about at turn the heel point, as you can see from where it comes up to my arm. If it comes past my elbow, that's how long it needs to be. It's my measuring guide. It's a pretty easy pattern. It's just twisted rib, so it's a 3 by 1 sort of twisted rib kind of deal. Not exactly. But it's by, I just looked it up, Claire Divine. Something Travel Knitter. It's in the Travel Knitter sort of a collection, Travel Trio, the Travel Trio. And so it's inspired by the skyscrapers and skyline of London, and which is a city close to my heart as well. And this yarn is by me, the girl who crafted. This is Foxy Sock, and which is BFL nylon, by the way. And it is My Head is Aching in GMT colorway, and I thought I needed to pair that with a pattern that was sort of a tribute to the gray skies and skyline of London. So that's that. This is the first sock. Almost a heel turn. I better stop knitting pretty soon. This should be too long.
So can you do me a favor?
Probably.
Could I have a stitch marker?
I don't know if I have one.
Thank you.
Teamwork. So, I guess I can show you this. I didn't bring the sweater out, but this is, I just made myself a water lily sweater, which is from Pom Pom Quarterly, out of this yarn, which is the 4th of the Outlander yarns. It's called Santo Domingo. This is just the North Star sock base from the girl who crafted, which is merino nylon. So it looks very tropical, islandy.
It's very nice. It looks really good in the lace on that.
Yeah,
sweater.
it's got a lace top on it. It's good, and then the bottom is just solid stockinette, and the way that plays together. I mean, I alternated skeins, so it doesn't really stripe or pool, but I alternated skeins, and it looks really great. So I'll try to remember to show it to you next time. I'll probably forget. But you may see it if you see me in person We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that next, actually. What up? Markets, yarn markets.
Yeah.
So we are really expanding our sort of in-person deal this year. And we did Shepherd's Harvest Sheep and Wool, which is here in Minnesota, Twin Cities metro-ish. Everything's Twin Cities metro-ish. That's not true. We just like to pretend we're that important.
Yeah,
and it was 2 days, which was cool. It was a Saturday, Sunday, over Mother's Day weekend, and so we had a really good time there. We met a lot of super good people.
Yeah.
Talked to some knitting friends. Met some new knitting friends. We met here some of our listeners. So hello again.
Hello again.
And showed off our yarns and generally had a good time. So I'm really hoping to apply again. I forgot to do that. You were supposed to remind me to apply again because I got the early registration update.
I think you have until the end of the weekend.
I think I do, but
okay.
The end of the weekend is today. So.
Oh, right.
So I'm gonna put in an application to do that one again because we really enjoyed ourselves at that show.
It was. I mean, even if it was the coldest I've ever been in May.
It was pretty cold. And we were in barns standing on concrete floors, so even with wool socks on, there was like really not a lot you could do about the fact that your feet were super cold.
Yeah, the best thing that came out of that for me was I figured out that my yarn ball fit into my hoodie pockets so that I could knit and chat
that's true.
in the booth
for
the cowl that I was making.
It was pretty handy.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will see more of you there again next year. And hello again to all of you who we did see. And thanks for making that show really fun. I was a little apprehensive about doing a 2-day, all-day show, but it was great. Time just went super quickly. And we made some good contacts and met some fun people and enjoyed ourselves. Yeah. And then June was once again Zombie Knitpocalypse in Rochester, and so we went for the whole retreat as we tend to do. And I'm falling. I'm sitting in the weird couch. The couch cushion cracks. If I keep tipping weird, it's because So we met some old friends, as we do. So shout out to them. Prairie Girl Danny, Prairie Girl Susie. How's it going? And others, assorted people. I spent a lot of time sort of talking yarn dyeing and business and life and everything with Sarah from Yarn Geek Fibers. So that was super fun. Good to see her. And also hung out a bit with Daisy Knits at night, and she had the booth across from mine, so we were, and we met a ton of new people, and made some connections. I'm really excited for some things that seem to be in the works. Looking forward to it. Stay tuned. Exciting things.
It is exciting things.
Yeah. So, just thanks to everybody who was there, and the public market was great. A lot of people that were not retreat attendees came back and came down. And so, again, hello to everyone that we saw, either as a retreat attendee or as someone who just stopped by the public market and said hi. We appreciate that. I really like it when the public comes to the public market, so it's not sort of so proprietarily for retreat attendees. We get a chance to meet some of the rest of you. Yeah. And we love Rochester. Rochester's a great city. It's not too terribly far from here. We eat, one of my favorite restaurants in the whole entire world is there, so we ate many meals at Tonic. If you're in Rochester and you get a chance to stop at Tonic, please do. They have this banana coffee smoothie thing.
It is the most delicious thing ever. It's
chocolate banana coffee.
Oh,
so good.
Yep. All blended together.
So good.
It's especially good when it's like 90 degrees outside.
Yes. So we love Tonic. Shout out to them for making every trip to Rochester more than worth it.
Yes. And you know, us being able to eat full meals that aren't just out of like the deli case at the grocery store.
For those of you who are new, we are food allergy family, so Tonic is really great about all of that, and we always get a full, delicious, rewarding, hearty meal there. And they have red velvet cake that is made with magic and beets. Yeah,
you would not think that chocolate, beets, and whatever else they do to make that taste like cake would be delicious, but it's delicious.
It tastes like cake. It's beets and chocolate and love.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that's that. Upcoming, we are next weekend in July 14th, doing a new event, first year event called Cloud9 Knitting Retreat that is put on by Three Kittens Needle Arts, which is in Mendota Heights, Minnesota, which is a suburb of St. Paul, and it will be held in Bloomington, I think at the Hyatt near the Mall of America / airport. Mm-hmm. And the market is open to the public from noon to 5, so if you are in and around the area, please stop in and say hi, because I'll be there all day. Jonas will not be there. We're calling in a special guest for this market support.
Jonas will be doing homework.
Jonas has class, school, stuff. So my adopted sister will be with me, Annalise Oten. She's not a knitter, but she is crafty and wants to learn how to knit and sew, and so hopefully we can make that happen.
Yeah.
She is flying in from a different location, so she's not even local. She used to be local.
Yeah.
But so she'll be a special guest, and you all can meet her. She's wonderful. And did I say when and where that is? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Cloud9 retreat is it sounds pretty cool actually. They've got a couple little people, I can't remember who, knitting celebrities. They have a website, you could look it up.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Jonas will put it in the show notes. And they will be doing some classes during the day, and it's actually a pretty cool thing because they're doing lunch. They're sort of providing lunch, and there's a little lunch area to sit, and there's an optional meal on Saturday night. It's a 2-day retreat, so there's classes Saturday and Sunday, but the market will only be open on Saturday. So, but noon to 5, and so if you are free and in town, please come stop by. There will be a few other vendors. Three Kittens will be vending, of course, and then myself, and I just looked at the map this morning. Knitting My Way Home and Red Barn Yarn, I think, are the vendors. So, yeah, we hope to see some of you there if you are able.
And if you're going to be there, you might be able to see...
You might be able to see new yarns. I have, well, they're not... If you've seen me at Shepherd's Harvest and or Zombie Knitpocalypse, they're not new. But...
Fair.
I have... And these aren't all the new colorways I've done since the last time we recorded. I've actually brought in a bunch more new colorways that I'm really excited about. But I had to re-dye some because I dropped a stitch. They sold out at my 2 events, which is super exciting, and it means I had to make more, and that's also super exciting because I'm always happy to dye more yarn. I found more. I was cleaning out the sort of yarn craft room, and I found a totally unopened bag of yarn that I did not know that I had. So I'll be dyeing more throughout the week, and hopefully it'll be ready to come with me. Although, again, nothing dries in this house.
Because so easy.
So who knows? But I'll bring as much of it with me as I can. I should also talk about, we're at some point, this isn't finalized, but we're talking with Stephen B to do a trunk show in August. So Stephen B is our local yarn store. It's like a 7 to 10 minute drive away from here. So we're there a lot, but we will be doing a trunk show with them sometime. Oh, I should bring you the yarn that I bought, and then we should talk about our other friends, our new friends, Black Cat Fibers. Love them. We met them at ZK, and then they did a trunk show at Stephen B, and we stopped by to talk with them. They're great. Love them. I will show you. We'll take a little pause, and I'll get up and show you all the yarn I bought, which I just put away yesterday, which was dumb. So, you already saw this. I did some self-striping. This is a pseudo new color. Jonas had an early version of it that I did that he made a hat out of that I think you guys saw on an earlier episode of the podcast, but I sort of revamped it. So this, My Head is Aching in GMT is a new-ish colorway. So we really like a band out of the UK called the Wombats, which probably we've mentioned before. And I got pretty inspired by some of their song lyrics on one of their albums and decided to dye yarn based on it. The one that is not here, that it's in a bin downstairs, is the companion yarn to this. They don't go together. But in the song is called Give Me a Try, and there's a line that says, what do you dream of on the West Coast? Well, my head is aching in GMT, and so this is My Head is Aching in GMT. There's also a yarn called What Do You Dream of on the West Coast, which is blue and tan. Well, it's a tan and white and yellow and teal. So very peachy, West Coasty. It doesn't match with that at all. It does match with this though. And this, as I've learned. So this, also inspired by the Wombats, is called Pink Lemonade. They have a song called Pink Lemonade. It also looks like Pink Lemonade. So it's yellow and magenta, and sometimes it blends into orange, and it's sort of speckly, and there's some white bits. This is on our Northern Lights sock, so it's got kind of glitteriness in it. I haven't done it on any of the other bases yet, because I keep dyeing it on this base, because it's what I have around, and then it all sells out. Yeah. So, which makes me feel good. I'm like, look, I have a popular colorway now. But I will have this at Cloud 9. You stop by.
Because that has been dry. That has dried.
That has dried. Also inspired by a song by the Wombats. And this is funny because this yarn looks very different on this base. This is, again, Northern Lights sock, than it does on any of the BFL bases. The colors are very much more primary on the BFL bases. And what's funny is that I took a picture of this, which maybe I will insert into the show notes, because I've been trying to do a sort of like, I'm going to do an Instagram photo series of each of the steps of some of the colorways. And so I took a picture of this drying after it hadn't just been primary dyed. I put black over the top. I do a whole color thing and then put black over the top. And it was very bright. It was like very bright primary colors. And then I dyed the black over the top, and on the other bases, it's just still really bright colors with black over the top. And on this base, the black sort of really mutes and pastels all of the other colors, which is pretty cool, actually. Yeah. I like it a lot on this base. Most people seem to really like it this way rather than the other way. This is not a party, it's a hurricane. And so if you see any of the other bases, you'll see it's like very bright red, very bright blue, very bright yellow, with like pops in between black, where this one is sort of more muted. Yeah. But it's fun. It's a fun yarn. I haven't knit with this yet. I actually really want to. It's on my list. I need to knit with yarns that aren't mine at some point. This is inspired not by the Wombats, but by an anime, Yuri on Ice. So we used to be really into anime, but we're not so much anymore. I'm definitely not current, but we do love figure skating.
Yes, we do.
A lot. And so Yuri on Ice is a figure skating anime, and we have fallen in love with it. It happens to also be pretty good. So, both of those things mean that we love it. And the title sequence is a song called Born to Make History, and it's sort of, if you watch it, it's a lot of the animation over with a gray background with these splashes of yellow and blue and pink for sort of representing each of the characters. And so that is what I have done here. It is a gray yarn, and then I individually place, so each of these is different. I always tell people if you buy more than one of these, like really for seriously alternate, because the color placement it's the same amount of dye on each one and it's the same dye mix, but it's totally random. So it could be different. Because I dyed each individually. So it's gray with this pink and blue and yellow. And this is also the sparkle, the Northern Lights sparkle. And I really like it. I love this color.
It's a good color.
It's a good color.
So
that's the new yarns. I'm going to pause. I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you the stuff I got.
From Black Cat.
Because we should promote them.
Yeah.
So, Black Cat Fibers, who we met at CK, and then again at Stephen V, and are from Milwaukee and are now friends of mine because they're from Milwaukee. So we kind of stick together. People who have spent time in that city just weirdly tend to gravitate. So this is their Essential DK, and it's the 40 wax color. These are super similar. It's gray with this sort of maroonish red speckle. It does kind of look like blood spatter. And I have 5 skeins of this. I've gotten on this kick of wanting to knit nothing but oversized sweaters. So yes. I keep buying like, I need 6 skeins of yarn. Not a good thing when you have a whole bunch of yarn already. Trying to find a place to put this yesterday. Super fun. This is their Nomad sock in the quarry color, and it is also gray, but this time it has brown speckles. Yay! I bought a lot of skeins of this to make a sweater as well. But
that will also be oversized.
That will also be oversized.
Yeah.
So here is that. Black Cat Fibers. Go see them. They're nice people.
Yeah, they are. They're really great.
We like them. So that is it for me. Do you have anything? I mean, we're watching the World Cup.
We are watching so much of the World Cup.
So much of the World Cup. So.
I think that's about it.
Cool.
For me, I'm excited that I have gotten over my fear of cables, like I said.
I told you just need to do an easy cable.
Yeah.
And then.
It wasn't so bad.
You just knit one needle at a time.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
So, no, that's about it for me.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we will hopefully see you again in August. I'll try not to, just ghost on us again.
I'll try not to have too much homework either.
There's that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, take care, and I hope your summer's going well,
Yeah.
and I hope to see some of you very soon at Cloud9.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.